Welcome to The Start. If you are starting a business or thinking about making a pivot in your life, you are in the right place. I'm Wan, I'm your host for today. I hope this show gives you the inspiration to keep showing up. You are not behind, you are not alone. Growth takes time, and your path will get clearer with each step you take. So, let's dive in. Hey, hi Kate.
Hi.
Yeah, so nice to have you here. Thank you for joining the show. So first, can you introduce yourself, who you are, what you do?
Hi, everyone. I'm really happy to be here and thank you for invitation. My name is Kate. I'm a holistic health coach, certified nutritionist, and yoga teacher. And I've been doing this for the last 5 years, working with the women, helping them to maintain their weight in a healthy way, help them create a healthy routine, build healthy habits, as well as improving their hormone balance and the gut health.
Yeah, wow, amazing. It seems like you have many things to offer. And I'm curious if you could share, the show is all about to give people an inspiration of when they have a passion that they want to go for to make that passion a business. And if you could share a little bit about how do you choose to be yoga teacher? Can you share more about the journey around that beginning period of turning into yoga teacher, or have you been doing anything before? I would love to know more.
Actually, I came to this path because of my own problem with health. I've been having a burnout and panic attacks, and it's been really tough for me. I used to work as a graphic designer in a corporate job in a company. I liked overall what I did, but it started becoming a messy. I started having a lot of deadlines, and it's been a lot of stress for me. And then all of a sudden, I realized that it's not the path I want to do. It's not the things I want to do in my life, and I want to do something more meaningful. So the moment I was having a panic attacks and burnout, this was the moment when I dropped everything. It was like the bottom of the sea for me, and I didn't really understand what to do and where to go until I started working on my own house slowly, mindfully, joining yoga, be more conscious about what I'm eating. I started learning a lot. And until I recovered, it's been actually in 4 months, I recovered from panic attacks without doing any antidepressants, without any doctors. And I think it's a really good, a successful story, my own. And when I realized that it's actually absolutely possible to maintain your own health through very simple, basic things, but yet is so fundamental for us. And then I realized that I can inspire other people and I can help other people. And I've been successfully helping other women as well, recovering with a panic through mindful nutrition, recover this all the struggles that add up, and lead to something that is hard to carry.
Yeah, so your transformation starts from transforming your own health and mental, emotional well-being, and you have the inspiration to offer the transformation to women who are probably looking for similar transformation. And if you could share more around when you shift from being in a corporate, working as a graphic designer, and decide to be yoga teacher, what are the challenges that you face, and how do you walk through that to decide that finally you're gonna shift that direction? Because I think everyone who go through that decision, big decision of changing career, and it's a completely new thing, like irrelevant career. So I'm wondering what's going on in your mind, in your emotional well-being, and how you walk through that.
So of course, dropping the work you've been doing and build your own business, it sounds big, but the most important is to do small steps. Of course, first I became freelancer, so I could continue do my work, but I could already start studying in nutrition and in holistic school, which took like around 1.5 years, I think, and slowly continue doing that and shifting focus towards my main goal, my main values. And I've been working on my social media. I've been working on with my clients. Slowly, step by step, you build it. I built my own way of creating this business that is still growing to the bigger points. So honestly, the most important is to just listen to yourself throughout this journey. Don't push yourself too hard and learn how to stop and learn how to sometimes take a step back and see what's working, what's not working. Because for us, I believe humans, the most important is to enjoy along the way, whatever we're doing. And if you feel like this is ringing here inside your heart, this is leading you to the better way.
Mm, mm. Were there any specific challenge that you find in your journey um, as you start looking for new clients, start a new business, and start everything from zero? It's not that easy. It sounds nice, but it takes a lot of energy. So I would love to hear more on the specific moment as you are going through that transition. Like, how do you take care of yourself? So I hear you that you start taking small steps and taking it easy for yourself. But I'm wondering, like, are there any specific moment that people can learn from your journey?
Well, of course, there have been a lot of moments that felt overwhelming, like posting all the time in social media, like maintaining different things, like becoming a solopreneur, at least at the beginning. It's overwhelming, right? And what I learned from my journey and what I want to share is that you always have to take care of yourself first. So for me, building a morning routine and evening routine are the most important. This is something non-negotiable in whatever country I am. And by the way, I'm digital nomad. I've been in 37 countries. So, and I'm recently just moved to a new condo. So again, I'm changing the location. Again, I'm adapting to different zones, locations, and everything. So morning routine, whether it's my self-care, whether it's yoga, meditation. So for me, it's include yoga, meditation, or gym. I do some praise, and then I start doing some work, as well as structuring your work, knowing exactly what is your main biggest goal, which is, I believe, should be non-materialistic. It should be something more from your heart, and then building steps towards that goal is important to align all your actions, your daily actions towards that goal.
Mhm.
So when I know that my health is stable, yeah, when I can maintain, when I eat healthy, when I do my walks, when I connect with the communities, local communities. I'm here in Thailand, so I've been really grateful in Chiang Mai for their supportive communities. That is the basic that's supposed to, I mean, it is for me. It's supporting me. It motivates me when people like-minded also help you, where like we can meet, for example, with you and share the experiences and support each other. This is the most important because human needs human. And then the other part is more related to your inner self. So your inner world has to be in calm, working with your stress. Maybe journaling. I think journaling is something that people avoiding a lot, but once they discover that it's actually supporting so much, it can support you in anywhere you're going because you can reflect on your actions, reflect on your emotions, and then keep going.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing your tips. What I'm hearing from you that I really like is around having a goal that is more than the material or tangible, but something that is close to the heart, something that is meaningful in your life, right? And then continue to have healthy routines and find the community to support you in the journey. And I'm interested to know more around when you share as a social media manager and start being solopreneur yourself and working on your own social media and you feel overwhelmed even though you are a social media manager. So can you share to us more around how you find the difference in doing the same thing for the corporate and doing it for yourself?
Well, for corporate, I've been mostly doing websites and graphic design. And for myself, but yeah, I used to work in social media as well. So I can say, of course, there is a difference because you're doing it for yourself. So you invest in your time, your knowledge, your money into something bigger, into something that you're going to own. So that is really important, I believe. And yeah, I think that's one of the steps.
Mm, mm, yeah. So, and the next thing that I want to ask about is that what is exciting thing that is going on in your world right now?
I think the whole thing, everything that I'm doing is pretty exciting for me because, like I said, when I shifted from being graphic designer to health coaching, I know that it's mine because behind all my everyday actions, behind all these reels that you see in my Instagram, is a big goal, is to help people live healthier and happier lives. Because this is all why we're here, to enjoy life and to grow. So I'm focusing on online coaching and offline coaching. Online, I've been sharing a lot of the content and I keep creating very supportive content on YouTube and on Instagram, on TikTok. Offline here in Chiang Mai, I'm creating weekly events, weekly meetups for women. It's called CNX Wellness Circle Meetups, where each week we discuss new topics. So I'm trying to build a community here who can have an easy access to the health support, ask questions, and without judgment, being talking about the problems, which is, I think, is really important nowadays. And offline, of course, I'm working with one-on-one coaching, and I'm selling my cookbook of 100 recipes for busy lives. That's something I've been creating last year, and every single recipe is balanced and full of protein, and it's healthy. And it's something you can cook anywhere in the world. You know, what's exciting about this cookbook is that because I was building it while traveling, while not having much time and many tools in the kitchen, I've built something that is super easy to maintain, super easy to change ingredients, everything already in each recipe. And I've been receiving a lot of good positive results from my client who said, oh, it replaced the whole meal prep and meal planning. I can just go inside a cookbook and choose something. So combining all this together, I'm trying to expand my business both online and offline.
Wow, that sounds exciting. So there is an online coaching going on in your world, and there is an offline event that you have in Chiang Mai, and you also come up with a simple recipe that people can do while they are traveling, and you are the one who know it from the experience from being digital nomad, traveling with 37 countries. So that's really exciting. And when I go to your social media, I always find your content inspiring. All the beautiful and inspiring short video that really support for myself to, being aware that I can eat healthier, I can still maintain my healthy lifestyle. And thank you for creating a beautiful project for that make it easy and accessible and simple to follow. I think that's really important. And
Thank you.
so can you also share around, because I also wanting to touch a bit more on your digital nomad life and being nutritionist. I think that is another part that could be interesting on, being a digital nomad. I know for myself, when I travel, I want to try new food, and sometimes in different countries, the new food might not be so healthy. So how do you find that balance as a nutritionist or someone who really into taking care of your physical body?
Well, the most important part about nutrition is that it shouldn't be perfect. It because our life is not perfect, because we might travel a lot, we might have stress, we might have our comfort and favorite food. So the way I do it and the way I suggest to do it with my clients is 80 to 20 rule. 80% you eat healthy, a balanced meal as much as possible. It's really easy to Google healthy pokeballs or find options in whatever country you are, because I've been testing 37 countries, and in each country you can find something healthy. And your 20%, it should be yours, your favorite food or something you want to test out, a new dish, yeah, in a new country, a local cuisine, street food markets. We all know, of course, that this less healthy, but I always against diets and I am against perfectionism, because when you're not enjoying what you eat, then what's the point, right? We all
Yeah.
want to enjoy life in every way possible. And it might get to the dangerous point if you're trying to cover with food your emotion. So just be honest with yourself. You want to eat this certain food because you're curious to taste it, or because it's your favorite food, or because you are so stressed that you are just trying to forget about the problem and cover it with the food. So by asking yourself, by doing a small, simple question reflection, you can know if this food covering a certain needs or just being a tool to cover the emotions.
Yeah, thank you for the tips, because I know for myself that I'm the one who is, for sure. I used to have a lot of pattern around emotional eating. So are there any tips in spotting oneself during that moment? Sometimes when when I start to try one food, I will crave a little bit more, especially if it's like around sweet. Like for me specifically, I crave like salty food a lot. So do you have any tips in managing emotional eating if people are going through that? And I also note down that there is a question to ask yourself, but are there anything else that you want to add up on?
Yes. First of all, you need to know what kind of hunger do you have. Is that physical hunger or it's emotional hunger? So if it's a physical hunger, you need to have a protein, fats, carbs, right? Fiber. You need to cover your plate with a full balanced meal. That way, you will not be hungry for like 3, 4 hours. But then if you ate already that plate and you still feel the craving, then it is emotional hunger. And through that emotional hunger, asking yourself question is, what emotion do I try to cover right now? What do I feel? People often they feel so disconnected. I've been on that path. I've been so disconnected with my body when I had panic attacks, when I was burnt out. It was really hard to understand what I actually need and what I want and what is my physical body need. So with that disconnection can be um, can be made a little bit closer with asking yourself, being honest with yourself. Like I say, you can journal or you can just talk with yourself and ask yourself, what emotion is that? When you already determine what kind of emotion is that, maybe that's the fear. Okay, just be open and ask yourself, how else can I cover that fear rather than food? Just list few things and try to do it. So let's say next time you there is a craving going on, and you're asking yourself, and you figure out that there's a certain situation, maybe there's a fight with someone, or maybe you worry about something, about money, business, whatever it is, right? Try to do a small steps towards covering that problem rather than covering it with the food.
Yeah. So it's all about asking what emotion am I trying to cover up so that once it starts to unfolding, there is the deeper, the real cause of behavior that start to show up. And I really love that because I know for myself there are like the personal stuff that I would also be trying to cover up with emotional eating. And once I work on, I'm also in the area of emotional well-being as well. So once I work on my emotion, I definitely see that the pattern of emotional eating is getting much better. And for your tips is around the question that what emotion am I trying to cover up, and understand that emotion of what this emotion is protecting the behavior from. So that's what I got from you. So that's beautiful. And so come to my last question. So if you were to look back to your previous version of yourself where you go through that journey of burnout and panic attack, what would you say to that version of you from this version of your current self?
It's interesting question. I would totally tell myself, trust. Trust the universe, trust the life, and when it lead you. And don't be afraid to take steps, because sometimes we are so stressed, so disconnected from ourselves that we maybe there is a little hint from the universe that tells you what to do, but we're pushing that away. So it's important to listen to yourself, to tap into yourself, to do what you like, and support your health along the way. The first thing is your own health, and then everything else. The whole world is going to wait, because when you're not feeling good, you're not going to have enough energy. When you're not eating good, you're not going to feel full balance, and then you can go dive into cravings. When you're not working out, you're not going to have enough serotonin boost, and you're not going to release all that stress level that you have. So everything is connected. Everything is our in hormonal balance is important, and in our emotional balance is important. And of course, it's overwhelming when you think, oh, you need to do so many things. But if you do small things like 5 minute meditation, like 10-minute workout, it is better than not doing it at all. So wherever you start in your journey towards your health or towards your big dream in your business, just remember to take care of yourself and do small steps and be messy sometimes. It's normal. Normal not to be perfect.
Yeah, small step. Take care of your health and be ready to be messy sometime. I love that. And apart from that, there is the trust in yourself. Don't be afraid to take that first step and start looking for that little hint that you pick up along the way in the journey, right? Thank you, Kate. It's so beautiful to have you in the show. And as we are wrapping up, perhaps if you have a gift for our listener, then you can share on your Instagram handle or where people can find you.
Yes, you can definitely find me on my Instagram and YouTube. And I have free ebook to offer, as well as there's a 5 recipes from my cookbook that you can test it out. And then if you like it, you can buy the whole book. And I have a lot of content around everything that I mentioned today, everything to support you along your way, along your journey. So, as well as website kategunner.com, Instagram Kate Gunner, YouTube as well.
Yeah, yeah, your IG is definitely inspiring and is refreshing. So if anybody is looking for inspiration around healthy living, healthy lifestyle, or even the digital nomad part, don't forget to follow Kate. And thank you so much, Kate, for being here. And I hope
Thank
you
you.
have a lovely stay in Chiang Mai.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate being here. Thank you.
I would love to connect with you. And it would also mean a lot to me if you could share it with a friend or leave a review on the episode. A little bit about me. I'm a trauma-informed life coach with 16 years of experience in the corporate world and 8 years as a coach. I have been helping business owners and executives tap into real confidence and make clearer decisions. And if you are in the season of change and want a personal light touch, feel free to reach out about my one-on-one coaching program. I'm always happy to connect with you. And come back for a new episode next week. And until then, keep being kind to yourself.